Oh my, oh my. Oh. When the organ cries and the guitar screams, somebody in the state of Texas has the blues. Our friend Judge David Fleischer probably gave it to him today, and we're going to talk about it tonight on the Fleischer Forum. Coming up soon, just in a couple of minutes. That's right, I said it. I said the quiet thing out loud. Chuck may be stuck, but he's not alone. Judge Fleischer makes sure of that. Bunnies! Jumping in the woods! Yes! Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Lone Wolf rating, Lone Wolf. That's what I'm talking about. The plans within plans, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to everybody who was with Manic Monday. We had a great Manic Monday with the chat over there talking about the bond hearings from last week. That's always fun. But now, no more Manic Monday. Now for the Fleischer Forum, we've got just about 2 hours solid of Judge Fleischer coming up for you. The floor is yours as far as the comments are concerned. This is where we watch Judge Fleischer and comment about what we saw in court today. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we?
All right. Let's roll, nerds. All right. Good morning, everybody online. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Come on up.
Here we go.
Raquel?
Max.
Hi, Judge.
Yes, sir. What do you need, counsel?
Judge, I have an occupational license scheduled for Thursday. I just wanted to make sure the client needed to be here or whether.
I don't think so. You know, I just don't think so. Yeah. If you got all your documents in the row. Ramona, do we need the defendant here for an occupational?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, sorry, I'm wrong. Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Oops. Hey, Zoe, you want some candy? Oh, you got some? If you run out, let me know. I've got a lot more for you.
Yes.
Okay, Max, who do you have here?
Raquel Rodriguez.
All right, great. Vic, you ready? Okay, this is page 20.
Rodriguez on page 25.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
The officer initiated a traffic stop after observing the defendant's vehicle traveling 94 miles per hour in a 65-mile-per-hour zone. The officer observed an odor of an alcoholic beverage, and the defendant admitted to the officer that she had 2 drinks. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted, HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 5 out of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. The DIC was read and breath was refused. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Felt like that went really fast. So the stop was for speeding.
For speeding, yes.
Then
And then after that, they had an odor of an alcoholic beverage, and she made an admission that she drank 2 beverages.
just an odor and admission of 2 beers. Any other indication of intoxication? I mean, slurred speech, bloodshot eyes.
I know that while the SFSTs were, this is for the Sims, while the SFSTs were being conducted, she was not understanding, like the officer had to explain, I think at least 4 times, the instructions for the walk and turn, the one leg stand. He also noticed that I think she took off her boots for the one leg stand. She was stumbling when she was taking them off. So there were other signs that the officer.
That's what I want. I mean, I just, an odor not even a strong odor at that, and then you just have an emission of 2 beers. You don't know what time. Was it over a 12-hour span? There's no accident here. There's no, is she a Spanish speaker?
I believe so, Your Honor.
I don't see any indication of that.
And if I may, I've been doing DWIs for 10 years and I don't understand the instructions most of the time.
As far as I can tell, the officer also just demonstrated it to her, which is per,
But
The procedure for
right, I get the
SFSTs,
SFSTs, but I mean, to even get to the SFSTs, right? You have to show something that there's some indicia of intoxication. Here, all we have is an odor and admission of 2 beers. That's not enough. An odor of alcohol in and of itself is insufficient.
But
Yeah.
it seems that this stop occurred at 2 a.m. and she made a statement that she stopped drinking at 12 a.m. So we have a 2-hour period between when she's finished
Yeah.
drinking and then
Alcohol dissipates every 1 hour. An alcoholic drink dissipates from your system.
she still had the odor in addition to that statement.
All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause.
Yes, Judge.
Ma'am, be careful, really. Every single day, someone dies from a DWI in our county. It's so easy to take a $20 Uber, literally push one button, you have a car waiting for you wherever you want to go in this county. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Right, please take a seat.
Your Honor.
Hey, good morning, counsel.
How are you?
What's new? What's new?
Just, I got,
Give an arraignment?
we've got an arraignment, yes, sir.
If you call your client up,
Yes, sir.
please.
Noah Montgomery.
Page 19.
Okay.
I will try to trace him up.
You were Noah Montgomery. Mr. Montgomery, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On October 27, 2024, the officer dispatched to a residence in reference to a criminal mischief in Harris County, Texas. After the initial investigation, the officer had found the defendant had left the residence, walked several streets over, and vandalized the complainant's motor vehicle. The defendant damaged the driver's side mirror by using hands to pull on and break the mirror in several places. The defendant used a knife to strike the windshield in a stabbing motion, causing damage. The damage was approximately $1,000. The complainant's daughter showed the officer a text where the defendant admitted he damaged the motor vehicle and planned on damaging the motor vehicle again in the future. The defendant was found at his residence and a bent kitchen knife was located next to him on the ground.
Okay. Mr. Montgomery, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. So what was the relationship, Alex?
Relationship, they are neighbors, Your Honor.
Just neighbors?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do we have any kind of allegation of alcohol or any kind of dope usage?
No, Your Honor.
Ever? Okay.
No allegation. Pass.
Mr. Montgomery, like I said, I'm going to find probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go within 200 feet of where this person lives or where this person works, not to be in possession of weapons and not to have any contact with them. Do you understand? If I find that you violate this condition, I will put you in jail in a moment's notice. I will do everything in my power to protect every person of Harris County. Do you understand? How old are you, sir?
From her. It's further into. Judge, I'm inquiring about the location of his residence, just to make sure it's not within the 200 feet. Is it more than that?
Less.
It's less than 200
Yeah,
feet?
she live a street over.
If it's a street over, you're probably gonna be okay, I would think.
How old are you?
17, Judge.
What do you do in life?
In school,
Where do you go to school?
Yeah, like,
High school, I'm gonna send you for a drug test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. If you have any kind of dope in your system, it stops today. Do you understand?
Yes.
If I find that you're smoking any kind of marijuana, using any kind of illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. Do you understand? It is now also a bond condition that you stay in school and that you also graduate. If I find that you're ducking out of school and you're not going, you'll be doing homeschooling with me in custody. You're going to graduate, you're going to get your high school diploma one way or the other. And if it's that you got to stay with me to get it done, I'll do it in a heartbeat. Do you understand? Okay. So counsel,
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to send him for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in his system, and then we'll have him come back. And then, do you have anywhere else to go?
Not clear this morning, Judge.
So let's do this. Leave me your cell phone.
Yes,
I will text you. You can always zoom in, that we can just go. And then I just want to know what's in his system. Zoom, I'll text you, zoom back on, and we can finish it up.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Stephen, do you need a pen? Okay, thanks. Take a seat for me in the jury box, sir. So I am, and so don't worry about filing conditions. I'm gonna have him monitored so that he's not using.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. This is your cell phone?
That is.
I'll text you when he's back.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
All right, next is page 13, Herrera, come on up. Yes.
Thirteen? 13?
Yes.
Is it Catarina Herrera? Ms. Herrera, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. On October 28th, 2024, the officer was dispatched in reference to a possible intoxicated driver in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant's vehicle failed to maintain a single lane, veer from one marked lane to another, nearly striking another vehicle, and the defendant's vehicle to be unnecessarily braking and then accelerating. The officer also observed the defendant's vehicle failed to signal a lane change in the left turn and failed to stop at the designated stopping line. The traffic stop was initiated and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and the defendant stated she was returning home from the bar and admitted to consuming 2 mixed beverages of whiskey and Red Bull. The defendant urinated on her person and standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 5 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and consented to breath. The results were 0.124 and 0.118.
All right, Ms. Herrera, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? You speak English, right?
Yes, I do.
You're not allowed to drive. I'm going to have you sign a document with me today promising me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care how many kids you have. I don't care where you got to go, what you need to do.
Okay.
If you don't have a license and liability insurance, do not drive. Do you understand?
I understand.
I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, man. How old are you, ma'am?
31.
What do you do for a living? You're a bartender.
That's why
I don't want to talk about the case. I only want to know, or if you're able to hire a lawyer, man. Okay, we'll give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go to up here to sign our document that you're not going to drive at all. We're going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You'll get with Fleischer for your bond conditions. After that, you'll be free to go. There's a lot of timing requirements, so don't wait a month or two to get your attorney. It's only going to end up hurting you. All right, man?
All right, Judge, the next one is page 25. Shaw, come on up.
Already on S? Or they're
I
not,
have two Spanish ones. if we can,
okay. Do we have a lot of THAs? Lori, you got my text? Mireles?
Yes. I don't have any way to get in contact with you.
I figured so. Okay, Shaw, that's
25.
right.
Yes.
Shaw.
You are Keon Shaw.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Shaw, you're charged with fleeing a police officer. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On October 27th, 2024, officer was conducting a routine patrol on Eldridge Parkway when he noticed the defendant's motor vehicle traveling at an unsafe speed, exceeding the posted 35-mile-per-hour zone. The vehicle then began driving in a suspicious manner by making a sudden left turn on the street and immediately parking on the left side of the road. When the vehicle noticed the officer's fully marked patrol vehicle passing, it immediately conducted a U-turn and got back on the main road. When officer continued to follow the defendant's vehicle, the vehicle again conducted a left turn and pulled into an alleyway. When the officer initiated his emergency equipment in an attempt to conduct a traffic stop, the defendant's motor vehicle passed multiple safe stopping points before finally coming to a stop after traveling 0.5 miles through a dark and empty parking lot.
What was he doing wrong?
The officer, he was originally traveling at an unsafe speed exceeding the speed limit, 35 miles. He was exceeding that speed limit.
By how much?
Let me see the DMs if he specified. Your Honor, he did not specify. It was just an unsafe speed exceeding the limit. And then,
Nothing's unsafe to me.
and then he began driving, according to the officer, in a suspicious manner, making sudden turns and then stopping on the side of the road and then getting back on the road once the officer passed. So,
Anything illegal with that? You
Your
know,
Honor, I believe it would just be the speed limit would be the point at which the officer.
it's a conclusory statement. We need to have like a workshop on how to write ORs, man, for real. You know, everything in this office report is conclusory, suspicious, aloysius, you know, is he driving while black?
Judge, would you allow us just a few minutes to call the officer just to see? We don't have an OR. We're just going off of the.
Sure,
DMs.
let's do this. I'm gonna have them, because I want to make sure if we find probable cause that it's really there. All right, so just hang tight for me. We're gonna have to do a little deeper dive. If you just mind taking a seat for me momentarily, okay? Okay. Don't leave, Mr. Shaw. Okay, who's next? So let's start THAs.
Okay, the next one, first one, Judge, is page 7, Daily, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Daly.
How are you?
Do you have a lawyer today?
No,
Tell me what you're doing about that. What are you doing about that?
I have no clue. I have no clue.
Have you spoken to anyone?
And for one,
How do you know you haven't even spoken to anyone? Huh?
I don't know.
You just keep saying, I don't know. Do you have a job?
No.
How do you get money?
I was about to get hired on with a job last Monday. Got they turned down with the driver license, so I'm going to go face another judge later on to see about getting community service so I can get that taken care of to get a job.
There are plenty of jobs that you can have that you don't need a license, though.
I know, applying, nothing's happening.
How are you getting money to eat? How do you eat?
But no,
So is it your girlfriend or is it your wife?
man, like this.
No, it's not the same thing. It's not this, they're two totally different things. How long has your wife/girlfriend been supporting you? When is the last time you've had a full-time job?
DoorDash.
How, you don't have a license.
I said before I did, it just happened. This just happened for my license.
Can you pull up his driving record, Alex, please?
Yes, Judge.
This just happened with my license.
When is the last time you've had a full-time job?
What time job? July.
Doing what?
Truck driver.
Did you have a CDL?
Yes.
How did you lose your CDL?
So it seems the last, we have a denied renewal from October 23rd, and then that was the most recent one, and then that's all we have as far as anything on his license.
Do you see a suspension?
I do see a suspension back in March of 2011, but nothing more recent.
So it's still showing ineligible, though, right?
It's ineligible as of now, Your Honor.
Does it give you a reason as to why it's ineligible?
All we have is just a denied renewal, and then it says failure to appear. That's the last action.
Are you able to see if there are any outstanding tickets that are open at this point?
I am unable to see that, Your Honor.
A truck driver in July. We are now in November. So have you been jobless since November?
It's November. Yes. Since November, you said?
You said you had a full-time job in July.
Right.
Okay, you stopped working in July.
Right.
Okay, have you had a full-time job since July?
No.
So you have been bumming off your wife?
I was door dashing.
You lost your license. You're unable to DoorDash at all.
Just lost my license.
When did it get suspended?
Your Honor, it says, besides that 2011, it says it was suspension in October 23rd of 2024 was the date.
This is what I want you to do. Where's my stickies? There we go.
Swear.
Stephen, would you mind giving this to me? This is the number to the DPS driver's license division. This is the number that you need to call to figure out what you need to do to get your license back. Okay.
I got it. I don't know what's up.
Okay. Are they open tickets now?
Yes.
Okay, what are you planning? You need to hire a lawyer to fix them. Don't just go over there and just,
Okay.
when you just, look, I can't give you legal advice, but just the more tickets you incur on your record, the more suspensions you're going to get. And if you're a truck driver by trade, all you're doing is hosing yourself.
Right.
I'm not going to let you sit here and just be jobless, bumming, and being a leech on society, especially if we are supposed to give you a lawyer. Because if I'm giving you a lawyer, that means I'm paying for it. Stephen's paying for it. Victoria's paying for your lawyer. It's not going to happen. So you can either hire your own lawyer, or if you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, great. But I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks, and I'm making it a condition of your bond that you get a full-time job. And I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks, and I want to see what you have done to get a full-time job. If you've sat here and say, oh, well, I've got an application here, I got an application here, I got an application here, with nothing to show me, life will not go well.
Like I said, I had a job supposed to start Monday.
Beggars can't be choosers. It's better to work at Burger King, at Chuck E. Cheese, than sit on your tuchus with do nothing, earning nothing, and leeching off other people and society in general. Do you understand? Beggars can't be choosers. Lower your standards.
I have.
Okay, then you've not gone low enough. If you need to go to Amazon, if you need to go to Starbucks, do it. I will give you an application, but I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks, and I want to see what you have done to get a job. There are plenty of jobs out there that will immediately give you a job. Do you understand? Okay, I'll see you back in 2 weeks. Stephen, do you mind giving me an application? No? Fill it out now. Why delay the inevitable? But I'm bringing it back in 2 weeks to see what you've done to get a job.
All right, Judge, next is.
No, hold on. We've got a bunch of lawyers. Let's help them first. Oh, okay.
Dolphin, come on up.
Can you file Alex on this gentleman? Get a job, please, and no weapons and no driving on Mr. Daly. Vic, who's this?
This is Dolphin on page 8.
Got it. Is it Jose Adolphus? Good morning, Mr. Adolphus. Sir, you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or a household member. That makes it a Class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you.
Yes, Judge. On July 6, 2024, the officers met with the complainant, the defendant's wife, who said the defendant was visiting her child at her apartment when the defendant told her he wanted to be with her. The complainant said she did not reciprocate the sentiment, and he told her that he should have killed her when he first got out in March because the complainant sent him to jail. The defendant also said he will kill the complainant if she calls the police on him again. The complainant was scared for her life and asked for a protective order.
Did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Yes, Judge. I just want to make it known to the court that, yes, the defendant just was released from TDC for an assault against the same complaining witness. He was released in March. In July, he picked up this charge. I've also been in contact with the Family Violence Division at HPD because the complainant told me that she made a walk-in report on September 25th alleging that the defendant, she's currently pregnant, and alleging that the defendant has assaulted her again and that he threatened to kill her again because she went to the police. Those charges have not yet been filed, but I confirmed the existence of the incident report. Like I said, I've been in contact with the detective in this case.
You realize that you're near to being a true habitual. When you go to TDC, if you pick up a new case, you're a 15 to life case, a minimum of 15 years, Mr. Dolphus. Do you understand that?
Can I speak?
Don't. No, I've got a bunch of DAs here. Anything that you say, they're going to use it against you.
That's perfectly fine. I was nowhere near it.
Stop. Well, I'm going to make that now, and I'm going to memorialize that with an ankle monitor so I know that you're not there or going I'm forbidding you from going within 1,000 feet of where she lives or where she works. If that thing dings, the battery goes dead. It's not going to go well. Do you understand, Mr. Dolphus?
Sir. I'm back and forth between Houston and Atlanta. I have documentation showing that I was in Atlanta when all of this was concurred. I moved on, and that's her problem.
What happened with that charge? Is it going to get through?
So she says that the incident occurred on the 24th. She made a walk-in report on the 25th. Like I said, I called HPD on Friday and they told me that the report's made. They gave me like an incident number.
Pregnant with whose child?
I believe the defendant's child. She told me that he is
How
aware.
far along?
I think right now she's 6 months. I don't remember exactly how far along she told me, but like I said, the officers made the report. They have photos of her from the 25th or from the incident on the 24th. I can confirm that with her. I just spoke with her on Friday.
So, Mr. Dolphus, understand that there's a protective order that's been issued in this case. I would get to know it because if you violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. If they file those additional charges, it's called a violation of protective order. We put conditions on that and you violate it. We can have a hearing to hold you at no bond, 0 bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person in Harris County. You're telling me that you're in another place. I will give you a lawyer today and we'll see. If you have that document, great, put it up. Let's see. I'll give you, I already have an application on file. I'm gonna give you a lawyer today. Let's see what you have. But as it stands now, I don't want you to have any contact with this person. I don't want you to be in possession of weapons and not to go within 1,000 feet of where she lives, where she works. And I'm gonna put a monitor so I know where you are at all times. If you want to go to Atlanta, great. There's no problem with that. I'm not going to put any travel restrictions on you. Just don't go anywhere near where she lives or where she works. That's all I'm asking you to do. Don't pick up any new cases as well. You go to Atlanta, everything you do out in the free world, you need to be thinking, if I do this, am I going to go to jail? If I say this, what kind of ramifications is it going to have? Because it's your liberty that's at stake. All she's got to do is go, hey man, he's bothering me, and boom, you go down. Don't give any cause for that to happen. So for now, I'm gonna have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box. I'm gonna find your lawyer, and then you tell your side to the lawyer, and then we'll go from there. He can always, or she can always reapproach, and we can talk about how to go forward. All right? Please.
That's it for now, Judge. Go ahead and sign for your reset.
Counsel. Hey, good morning.
Go ahead and sign for your reset.
I'm here on Brianna Treadwell.
Free trial behind.
What would you like, counsel?
I know the circumstances.
I'm okay with doing that some. I'm okay with it. But I'm not, it's not gonna go crazy low, but I am willing to do that. I think it's high, but I wanted her to understand that we mean business and that we're absolutely serious. So do you have a recommendation? What do you think, guys? He wants a bond reduction on Treadwell, and I'm for it.
5,000, Judge?
Each? No, that's too low. Not when you have two open DWs. Yeah, I was gonna do 10 each.
I think that's appropriate.
And then if you still have an issue, come back, we can talk. But I'm gonna put, if she's able to bond out, I'm gonna put a whole host of conditions on her.
that's
Like
understood.
she's not out to be in the out in the middle of the night, curfew, no driving, and then,
And that's even contingent upon the occupational license. Your
well,
Honor.
I'm not, she's got two, I'm not giving her an occupational license. Are you kidding? She got two open DWIs. Mm-mm.
She has to work. Well, and
She
then
gets into a car accident. She's drinking while she's driving. Her prior case is a .289. She's no way, and understand, counsel, whenever I have anyone that has picked up a DWI with another DWI, I take away the privilege to drive. I just can't trust you. And especially at that high amount, something else is going on. And I just don't want her to kill anyone,
And I have an idea of what is going on. She has some mental issues. And she's taking all this medication that needs to be adjusted because she's having trouble sleeping. And then when it's not time to sleep, trying to operate, she's sleepy then. So that's that wrong time. So she does need to get something.
How old is she?
She is 31.
Who does she live with? Is she married? Does she have kids?
She has 2 kids, 4 and 11. 4-year-old has autism, has occupational therapy, I believe 3 times a week. 11-year-old, smart as a whip, just won the school spelling bee. It's a bad situation that she has herself in. And as far as the circumstances that she does have at home, of course, it's totally
Second. Can you bring up Ms. Treadwell, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thanks.
Cervantes? Denaro? Judge, we have.
But I get you.
Okay, let me talk to her in the morning. Who's the interpreter? It is. I didn't see that. Give me a second. Let me talk to him. See what.
Okay.
Counsel, can I help you out while we're waiting?
Mr. Earl, bond violation.
That's gonna take a little bit of time, actually.
It was just his first visit, first court date, and he was sent for a drug test. Yeah. He's scheduled for November 18th. He said he will be clean by that time.
Is it Rolando?
Earl.
Earl?
Skyler Earl.
He failed a UA judge.
Right. Okay. Come up, Mr. Earl. I'm making it a condition of your bond that you're not to use anything. And I'm going to test you again in 40 days. If I find that you test positive again, it tells me that you've continued to use, and I'm going to put you in jail, and I will not give you any more PR bonds. Do you understand? No more using. Don't pick up any new cases. And I think that I've taken away his privilege to drive as well, right? Yeah, because it's his third or second racing case. Yeah. Okay. You're on notice now. No more violations. And if you fail to go to another UA, likewise, I will revoke your bond. Do you understand? Okay. We'll set your case off 40 days. Okay. Thanks, counsel. All right. Okay, you ready? Good morning, Ms. Treadwell. How's jail? You know, your lawyers come up to me and ask for me to reduce your bond. I've got your bond at a very high rate, you know, $50,000 for a reason. I want you to understand that we mean business. It's not a joke. When you're out there and you're driving in a state that can, very well, you may do something that can cause catastrophic damage and you'll never dig yourself out of a hole. I will reduce your bond. They asked me for 5, I'll do 7,500 each. But I'm telling you, if you do get out, no more issues. I want you on the curfews, and I don't want you out in the middle of the night, and I definitely don't want you driving. Do you understand? You're gonna have to find another way to make it work, but not in a car. I just can't trust you. You have a lot of people that depend on you, 2 children that depend on you, right? When you're not there, they're gonna look to love and support from somewhere. And if you're not there, they may look to it at places you don't like or you don't approve of. These are things that you need to consider. When you become a mother, your life's not yours anymore. It's your children's lives. That's who matters. So when you're out there considering doing what you're gonna do, the only thing that needs to come in your mind, if I do this, how is it gonna impact my kids? That's what you need to be thinking about. Do you understand, man?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll make it 7,500 each. Okay. And then if you're able to bond out, you must come here immediately so we can do all the bond conditions, do all the paperwork, because I'm putting an ankle monitor on you so I know where you are. And I'm on your other ankle, I'm going to put a scram so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. And I'm going to tell you now, you bond violate, you consume alcohol again. You pick up a new case, holy, I'm going to go nuts on the bond. Do you understand? Okay, Mr. Treadwell, good luck. Okay, guys. Thanks. Thank you.
Ariel.
What?
He does have 3 misdemeanors in Comal County and a felony. But then they're offering him T-Rex. That, he just wants to do his time.
I'm not gonna do it. Sorry, Lori. As much as I love you, we've been down this road. I get it. I understand, but I'm not gonna just let him time serve it. I'm not doing it.
For 180 days.
Here's my issue, Judge. So I read the TRS report. He's lying in the TRS. I mean, he's telling the clinician that has no drug issues, even though he's got like 6 possession cases. He said he messed around with weed once when he was 18, but the concern that I'm having is if he can't even be honest on the TRS, I don't know, and he refused to do SAT before.
He did it, and he did it great, but he did it. He completed it.
He completed, okay.
Yes.
I was told he refused SAT, okay.
No.
Oh,
He did it. He completed it. And I told him that I was going to keep doing it. I'm not letting him go. We're gonna have to get him back to Como County so he
He
can,
almost has enough credit on the one that Greg is on. It's 161 days. Can he go ahead and be done with that one?
one he's on probation. Why?
He has two that he's on probation.
Did you reach out to Como County?
And they said the felony has not been filed yet, so they're still gonna file it. And he's got three
So
pending
then that's no
misdemeanors.
hold. What about,
He said he's got three pending misdemeanors. They don't know any status of what they are. Because it was a receptionist. They couldn't get us to a prosecutor. They said they don't know what the charges are. They don't, nope, they don't know what the bonds are. They don't know anything. They just know there's got three pending misdemeanors and one felony it's pre-filing at this point. They're gonna file it. That's all we got.
is there a hold? If there's no hold, then let's send him back to Saturday.
With the pending cases, they're not gonna do it.
There's no hold.
I can try.
Let him go and do this and be done and go. If you can get him again and he comes back.
We've done that.
This is
We've
not
done that.
working for him. This going to Saturday is not working for him.
And this is what I see, Judge. I don't see there was a hold. I see the hold in Como County was lifted 5/16. So I believe you're correct. There's no hold. So it's just.
Let him out.
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen is, he's not gonna go to Como County. He's gonna come back here with a new case. 2 weeks, he's gonna come back with a new case. Why? Why? Why delay the inevitable? Because I'm telling you, every time I'm done with catch and release, I'm not gonna do it because I've done it 30 times already. I'm up to here with the catch and release.
But what about the one that he has?
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I see your position and I understand it. The only thing I want is I want to get him back to the facility. Let's try it. And if they won't, then we'll go your way.
Okay.
At least let's try it because there's no hold. Usually they won't do it because there's a felony case, there's a hold of some kind and the hold won't release. But here, there's nothing holding.
All right, I'll go talk to him.
Yes.
They said no, all of the cases have to be resolved before they'll take.
How do they know that? They're not even open cases.
I don't.
They're not even, it's not even.
I guess if they get to. Like 6 months. That's.
It's back to him. He just put 0 at the end. I'm not taking that. And if he's not gonna fill it out correctly, we'll send him home.
And then I have another client here, Mr. Carlos Tezu. He's completed the IOP. He's halfway through SOP, so we had him come back to court. They said he's in good standing and participating. I don't know if you want to talk to him or you just want to reset it. He's supposed to finish December 19th.
What's the cost number?
I have a spin number.
Okay. Well, hold on. Okay, what is it?
027 13075. Oh, that's not it. 027 13075.
Council for reset?
And I talked to his probation officer this morning.
And
He
he's
says
here?
no issues. Yes, he's.
Come on, Mr. Talk. He speaks English.
Mhm. He spoke English to me.
So he's been doing one.
Mhm. He's doing good. And he's halfway through SOP.
Yes, sir. And he's done the
Mhm.
Great job. You're doing good. You know, they're telling me that you've made it through IOP. You did it great. You're halfway through SOP and you're doing great. You're participating and that's all we're asking, you know, and you're doing a great job. And I wanted to just congratulate you. Just keep up the good work, you know, it goes a long way. Yeah,
Use my IOP, but my two kids they got sick, so I have to just.
say, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I was gonna finish my IOP, but my two kids they got sick for the weather, so I have to work now Monday to Friday, Sunday. So yeah, pretty hard for me now. But I'm going to go and take my class.
You're doing great.
Okay, thank you.
Keep it up, you know? What else does he have after the SOP?
Let's see. The victim impact panel.
So after that, you only have one thing left. And if you need, because you're doing well, I'm okay if you want to, report virtually. So you can let them know you can, virtual report. If it's easier for you, because you're doing well, we'll allow you to virtually report. So you don't have to come to and go to the office. You can do it, over your phone using Zoom. Do you know how to do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that should help you out a little bit as well. Okay. I don't think that they can do that, the SOP through them. But once you're done with the SOP, then it's all downhill. Just don't use. That's all you got to do. Don't use. Okay. All right. Good job, Mr. Tuck. All right. Well, okay. What's your gentleman's name?
Chad Compton.
Chad Compton, come up. What have you been doing with yourself, Mr. Compton? You come in here, you're smacking gum, in shorts, disheveled. Where do you live? Who with?
My ex, ATs.
How old are you? Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't look good. You just don't. You're obviously not working, not making any money. Perception is reality, Mr. Compton. And if you're going to continue like this, you're going to have this same look when you're 52. But you're going to have a lot more missing body parts, hair, teeth. You're supposed to work your ass now at the tender age of 20s. So you set your future up. Something else is going on and we don't know what it is. I'm sending you for a drug test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, first and foremost. If you fail to take a test, I'm going to make your bond so high. We're going to figure out what's going on with you, because as it stands now, it just doesn't look good and you're going nowhere in life. And I'm going to do everything in my power to try to turn that around. Do you understand, Mr. Compton? The way that you've been conducting yourself, the way you look, it's not a good look. And you will become yet another statistic of the system. The system failed me. I will refuse to let the system fail you, and I will do everything in my power to prevent it from doing so. Do you understand? First and foremost, I'm sending you for a drug test. You must come right back. Take a seat. Can you bring Mr. Ariel out, please? Hey, this is.
If he was to go, he would be in the circle jerk of Comal County.
I'm every single time he comes back, it's gonna be the same
He may
thing.
not come back. He has been through this with you for a while, and he understands that you have control over his life. And that if he comes back, you will continue to have control over his life. He's just wants to get out to take care of his children. He's been in custody for a while now.
Sucks that because of Como County now, you know, we can't do what we really need to do. It's horse poop.
Is there anything you'd like the state to do, Judge?
I mean, what can we do? You
Really
know,
nothing. I can continue to reach out to Como County, but they can't.
you couldn't even get to a prosecutor. What? It's sad. It's sad. It really is that, you know, when you have DAs try to make an effort to even reach out to another county and you can't even get to a prosecutor. It's sad. It's okay. James, Mr. Ariel. The days of us just, or of someone picking up a case, pleading to time served, picking up a case, pleading to time served, picking up a case, pleading to time served, no more. You now are on notice. Anytime you come back, what we are going to do. You know that, right?
You understand? Judge, you understand?
What do you understand? Tell me what you understand. Shh. I want to know what you understand.
My time.
I want you to realize something, Mr. Ariola. I want what's best for you. And if you're living on the street, I want it to stop. If you're out there and you're stealing to get food, I want it to stop. If you're out there begging for money because you don't have any, I want it to stop. And the reason I put you in the facilities is to determine why it continues to happen. Because it continues to happen over and over and over. And it hasn't stopped since the last 2 to 3 years. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. Believe it or not, I care about you and I want what's best for you. I really do, I swear. I don't want to keep you in just for shits and giggles. I don't. I want you to be able to work, make money, and then have a great relationship with your wife, kids, whoever's in your family. But when you keep coming back with criminal cases, that tells me something's wrong. And we have you going to the dual diagnosis facility to see, okay, what can I do in my life to change things? Now, I can't send you back because you've got 3 cases in another county. I tried to get our DAs here to reach out to the county, but they couldn't even speak to the other DAs over there. So we're stuck and I can't send you back because they won't take you. So I don't want to just keep you in jail for the sake of keeping you in jail. So we're going to be done today. But if you come back with criminal cases, there's no more catch and release. Do you understand? Do you realize that I want what's best for you? I like you, Mr. Ariel. I do. I just want what's best for you. That's it. I want you to be a loving father to kids if you have any. I want you to work and give them money because that's what fathers do. They give children love, support, a place to live, a place to be able to go get education. That's what fathers do. They're supposed to protect their own. And while you're in jail, while you're out on the street, it's not happening. That's what I want. I'm not asking for much. Do you have any questions? It's okay. You can tell me whatever you want, really. We're friends. You can tell me whatever you want. Don't shy. I really want what's best for you.
Like for you to know maybe from your point of view, these ideas come however they came to you just now. My way of living, to not pretend to what you just said. If I may, I'd just like to. Yes, I agree. I do have a family. I'd like to get back to my way of living. That I do agree.
Letting you out today. The only thing I would like when you're out there, think before you act. Before you do something, you need to think, if I do this, am I going to go back to jail? If I say this, am I going to hurt someone? That's all I'm asking you to do. Think before you act and before you say something. If I say this, is it going to hurt someone? If I take this, am I going to get in trouble? If I go talk to this person, are they going to call the cops on me? That's all I'm asking you to do. We're letting you out today. Just think before you act. That's all I'm asking. You don't have any holds from Como County, but at some point they're going to come. So you got to be ready for it. You know, do we have a social worker perhaps that can talk to him or somehow keep him apprised of when the warrants issue?
I can give him my number with my card and I can check on it for you when you call me, Mr. Ariel, that I'll give you my number with my cell phone and you can call and check in with me periodically and I'll let you know if I see any.
If you do that, if you call Lori,
that'll be great.
Okay.
If you call her, she can tell you when the warrants hopefully will issue because it's something you're going to have to deal with. Okay, Mr. Ariel.
All right, we do need to do plea paperwork or how are you going to do it?
No, I guess we'll just unset term, right? That way he doesn't have to do anything. Just good luck. Don't come back. Okay, send him home. I don't believe that for a second. No. Yeah, a new one. Last name was Rob. What was your last name?
Walter.
Okay, Miss Walter, you're charged with assault of a family member. Shh. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. The complainant and the defendant are in a dating relationship. On May 26, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a family disturbance. The officer was dispatched and the complainant and the defendant went to the pool located within the apartment complex where they were drinking alcohol. The defendant accused the complainant of being flirtatious with other females at the pool and then struck him in the face with a closed fist, causing pain. The officer saw the complainant to have redness around his left eye and the lens of the left side of his glasses was missing.
Ms. Walter, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or kind of illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do we know if he would like to have contact with her or not?
Judge, Rook was completed back in June and the complainant did say he's okay with contact.
May I say something?
Give me 1 second. I'll let you say your piece. But so as it stands now, there's a protective order that has been issued. I suggest you get to know it because if you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. I am ordering you not to have any threatening or harassing contact with this person. Remember, what is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think. It's what the other person perceives. So if I go like this, is that threatening or harassing? It most certainly is, and it can get your bond revoked and put you back in jail. And I'm going to tell you now, no more PR bonds. If you pick up a new case, violate conditions, consume alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes.
These are your bond conditions. I will talk to you, but I don't want to talk about the case because you have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say about the case, they're going to sit there, type it, and try to use it against you to prove guilt. So you will get the opportunity to say your piece, but you need a lawyer to do it, and now's not the time.
And I asked for a court-appointed attorney because I just had a baby 8 weeks ago.
How old are you, man?
I'm 41.
Okay. Do you work?
No, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I just had a baby.
How many children do you have?
3.
You get support for the 3 children?
My oldest is 19. And then my middle child lives with another relative. So this is my only child at the moment. He's my, Jonathan, Mr. Golden is my sole provider.
So you're married?
Yes.
And how much money does your husband make?
15 an hour, 40 hours a week.
Is that the sole income? Okay, I'll have you fill.
It's a VA benefit.
So you have to qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. We just don't give them like candy on Halloween. You have to truly qualify, and that means poverty guidelines, the federal poverty guidelines standard. So what we'll do is we'll have you fill out an application. I need to know everything about you, how much money you make, how much money you have in the bank, what kind of cars you have, and then I'll take a look to see if you qualify. For now, I will have you sign, Stephen will give you an application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. After that, we'll have you meet with Fleischer for your bond conditions. Do not leave until you sign all the documents, and then we'll take a look. Felix Iterel, come up. Do you have a lawyer today?
Oh, no, sir, I need another month, sir, same amount.
Okay, if you want more time, I can do it. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, please.
Next is page 17, Martinez, Caesar. free.
Mr. Martinez, do you have a lawyer today?
Give one up my too.
What do you do for a living?
Work as a forklift operator.
Operators make great money.
Yes, I just but my child support kicked in, so it's like they're taking half of my check.
How many kids you got?
4.
4 kids. How much are they taking out of your check?
$260 a week.
So it really comes out of your check? Okay. I love it. That's great. I'm happy to give you a lawyer. I'm happy that you're paying child support. That's great. Because those kids need money. And I'm happy that if you're making a lot of money, you need to give a lot of money to those kids, and I'm happy to do it. I'll give you a lawyer. Happy to do it. Do you mind giving an application? I need to take an application from you then. Okay? All right. I'll have you sign a receipt of Victoria, and then we'll have you take your signature box.
Wait, go ahead and sign for your receipt.
Hey, guys, Michael. Aking Pelu. On the docket, Aking Pelu. This is a person that's on probation for 2 DWI thirds. And picks up a suspended license case now, allegedly driving without an interlock. And one of the things that we did here is we wanted to ensure that he's not drinking. And I put a monitor on him. Now we have another bond violation. Now alcohol confirmed.
Alleging alcohol, okay.
So
he was attempting to drive or this is on a scram? Okay. Okay.
Got Mr. Evans online here. But
good morning.
Hey, Daniel, how are you, man?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Happy Monday.
You get my email? Did you get my email?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Did you attach state by chance?
No, I just said that I had gotten a car wreck. I didn't talk about the case.
Oh, no, I haven't looked this morning. Wow, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Thursday, right after we sent that email, I got in an accident. So I just sent a picture of the car. Yeah, so nothing about
that sucks. Got into a car accident.
Yeah. But in regards to Mr. Acampella, only thing I can say in regards to that scram situation, I just don't know if it's completely accurate because.
Come up, Mr. Aking Pelu.
Do we have the numbers, Judge?
Well, we can't because we have a tamper. So what?
Yes, so it was told to me that there was a reported tamper. I have the time listed on there for you. And due to the tamper during that time, there was alcohol detected, but we couldn't get any further levels through it because due to the tamper, it wasn't a full read. So it's not a confirmed consumption of alcohol, but it possibly could be. There's just no way of telling due to the tamper.
What happened with the tamper? What are you saying happened?
They didn't give me any further information on that. I reached out to them to ask them. They didn't really provide that. They just said that alcohol was detected.
And
let's do this. What I'd like to do first thing first is I want to send him for a drug and alcohol test to see what if anything he has in his system. And then in the interim, I'm also going to have her reach out to the scram people to figure out what more they have, if anything.
I'll do that right now, Judge.
So we're going to do both of those things at this point. Mr. Evans, if you'd be so kind, why don't you drop me your cell phone and then I'll text you as soon as we have the stuff back so you can go do anything else that you need to do. Maybe we can reconvene in maybe like 20, 30 minutes. Is that all right?
That's fine.
I would like further explanation of what, a lot of times what happens is people put something in between their ankle and the scram device so that they can do whatever they want to do,
Well, in regards to that, he blew into the he still has to blow into the interlock, even though he's not driving on the, on his car upstairs. And he blew later on that day and he passed. So I'm not seeing how alcohol could be confirmed that day and he passed the
Well,
same.
then, you know what? We can pull those records too.
Yeah.
You can see what time he blew upstairs to see whether it coincides with the time they say the alcohol detection was. That's a good idea. And we can kind of reconcile those two to see if they do or not. That's a great idea. We'll do that as well, Mr. Evans.
Okay, yeah, I think that.
That's a good idea. If he's got an interlock, let's do that. But I'd like to also send him right now. All right, so Mr. Evans, give me half an hour and I'll text you when we got him back, okay?
Okay, and the second number is correct. I actually put a 2, it's 19. So I'll put it in the chat.
Got it. I got it. Okay. Thanks, bud.
Thank y'all.
Talk to you soon. All right, just take a seat for me, sir.
Judge, can you please see the bond conditions on Mr.
Judge, on page 14, did you want to circle back to that one instead of remake? Spanish speaking.
We still need a translator though. Vic, we need a translator.
Okay.
Hey, Morgan,
Had a county
Alex,
that they didn't pick
did
up
you,
when they put the bond.
yeah, do it. Did you figure out on the Jaramillo Jimenez, the DWI? Did we talk about that yet or no? Is that the lights one?
It's the lights one, yes. Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay, yeah, we need to, yeah,
Okay, that's it.
yeah.
There was another one, Judge, with the, he said speeding or something like that. It was a fleeing police Shaw. Did you make a ruling on PC?
No, I think we need to do that one too.
So I looked at that already, Judge.
Where's
Yeah.
Mr. Shaw? Okay, come on up, Mr. Shaw. All right, so we're gonna do Shaw now since he's, yeah, all right. Okay, so Mr. Shaw, we're back on you. So just because we do so much, I tend to forget everything, you know. You're charged with fleeing a police officer, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. We left off because we were doing probable cause and I had an issue because it seemed like the cause was kind of conclusory at the time. And do you have anything new?
No, Judge, and I agree with the court.
So, okay, I'm gonna find no probable cause.
Dismissing the case.
Find no probable cause. Be careful when you're out there. It's hard enough as it is. Don't give anyone else the power to even bring more, trouble on your life, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, good luck, okay? No. I'm gonna find no probable cause. You're gonna dismiss it, Michael?
Yes, Judge, already done.
Okay. If you wanna hang on a second, we'll give you a copy of the dismissal, okay?
And also, if I could get the dismissal from Mr. Arreola.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, well.
Back.
Judge, I believe I'll check dates here. I was appointed for setting on the 7th of October. The original plan was 2-week reset to get employment, and then he was gonna be tested 40 days after that date. I don't know what the results are. I think we're a little shy of 40 days still as of now, but so the court's aware.
Fleischer, do you have the results on Compton? Come up, Mr. Compton. Anything else? You were not allowed to just smoke weed and do nothing. Do you understand, Mr. Compton? You are still testing positive, and the next time you test positive, you will stay with me. Tell me, what have you done since the first time we've met 40 days ago that you've bettered yourself? What? Prove it.
Yeah, Judge, he showed me his Indeed app. He's got, I don't know, he's probably talked to what, 10 plus employers. How many interviews have you had? I got to think of check.
When is the last time you put in an application? Into who?
Can you look at his phone, Judge, at the bench?
Sure.
Okay.
So let's do this. Will, I'd like you to just take a seat. How many applications has he put in? How many dates has he done it with? And I'd like a full breakdown of what he's done in the last 40 days, you know? Just other than just smoke weed, what has he done? Ray.
Melissa Walker.
Hey, Judge.
Hey, buddy.
Good morning. Your Honor, I have Mr. Hugo Gonzalez on the docket. His appearance is waived.
Okay.
So, brand new case, Judge. Just wanted to see if we can agree to change one of the bond conditions.
Tell me.
One of the bond conditions orders him not to have any contact with anyone from the household. He's wanting to have contact with mom and sister. And just to let you know, Judge, the very next day after my client was arrested, police went back out and arrested dad for allegedly beating on mom. So he's not there. Dad's actually in the Harris County Jail with a ICE hold. And he's the alleged complaining witness in your court.
You hear that, Michael? Hugo Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez is charged with AFM on dad. So
correct.
He gets arrested. Our defendant gets arrested. The very next day, cops go back for another assault. And then this time, father, who is the complaining witness in our case, ends up getting arrested on allegedly assaulting wife, right? Ray?
Correct, Judge.
And so now,
and
complaining witness
and what's sad,
in custody.
What's sad, Judge, is I watched the videos and it looks like mom was trying to simultaneously also report the incident that happened with dad, with her husband, but the interpreter, which was little brother, my client's little brother, didn't want to tell the police officer that. He was protecting dad, in other words.
Oh, I see. So you're saying that the true defendant in our case is dad, not Hugo Gonzalez.
Well, no, not exactly, Judge. When the police arrived, they arrived because little brother called to report my client on dad, right?
Oh.
And then mom gets there and says, well, tell him that I want to also make the report about your dad hitting me. And little brother just doesn't translate that to the English speaking officer at the scene. He doesn't clarify that for the officer.
So Ray, what is your ask? Just so I'm aware.
Oh, I'm just wanting to see if we can allow my client to have contact with mom. He wants to check in on her from time to time. He's moved out. He'd love to go back home and check in on mom, but you know, if the residence restriction is not modifiable, then we can at least allow him to call mom because he's ordered on the
mom. Does mom want to have contact with Hugo?
She does, yes, Judge. He's still helping her with bills. He's still, you know, sending money to her via, I think, either Zelle
She's
or
not a
or
complaining
Venmo.
witness.
She's not, no.
And I guess, can you verify just that he's still in custody, our complaining witness? If so, then
he is, Judge.
I checked over the weekend. He has court on the 19th. I was wondering if Michael would go up there and rip him on that day. I can always go and remind him.
I mean, we can
he's
have
got
one of my people.
Right? So we'll have to get approval from the lawyer first, right? But assuming that.
I can email them. If they don't respond, I don't necessarily need their approval. I won't talk about the other case, but we do it as a courtesy, of course.
Don't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah,
So,
no, we'll be fine. We'll shoot an
I'm okay with that, Ray. And I guess I'll modify the MOA. Are you okay if I modify the MOA to allow him?
Can I just check the offense report and make sure there's nothing alleged against the mother, Judge, just so I'm fully aware?
For sure.
Thank you.
Please do. Yes, sir.
If then there's no issue, I'll allow the contact, and I'll take off the provision with other family members, and then I'll take off the residential restriction as well, Ray.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'm just pending what Michael says, and then we'll do it for you.
I'll hang out for a little bit, Judge.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, talked to Mr. Compton, looked at his Indeed app. So actually 10-3, before he came to court, he'd applied to Wendy's and they're in the process of rescheduling that interview. 10-12, he applied to Truth Barbecue and Whataburger. 10-19 applied to Food Market, Panera, Leaf and Grain. 10-25 applications to Domino's and Einstein Brothers.
Do not try to like Amazon or Starbucks.
Well, he has experience in the food service industry, so he's trying
So
to do
what?
anything with.
Why don't you try with? You have to set lofty goals, right? You set your vision high. Go for the gusto. Go for the gold. Don't settle for down here. There are companies that are starting out $15, $19, $20 an hour. That's what you want because that's where you're going to make money. It's fast food. While it is, yes, it is a job. It's not the best thing out there. Set loftier goals for yourself. Start at Starbucks. Go to Amazon. They kill with, if you can get a job there, you're making 15, 17 bucks an hour and you get great health insurance. That's where you need to start. It's great that you're doing here. Go for loftier goals. When you leave here today, go to Starbucks, go to Amazon. Target, $19.75 an hour, nearly 20 bucks an hour. Target. Here, I'm gonna see if I can print this out. While the effort's good, it could be better. You need to go to better places. I'm gonna try to print stuff out. On your phone, you need to Google highest paying hourly jobs. And that's where you start your search. And when you go to an interview, how do you look when you go to an interview? Do you look like this? What do you do? Okay. Perception is reality. If you look like a thug, they're going to treat you like a thug. You're coming to court, and look how you dress when you come to court. You're supposed to be better than that. If you come to me like this here and we're a judge and this is jails right there, that tells me that you have absolutely no respect. Are you dressing the same way with trying to get a job? If you are, it's not going to happen. You take a shower, you comb your hair, you shave, you put on nice clothes, you try to talk well because that's who's interviewing you. Smell good, because if you go in there and you smell like a small farm animal, it's not going to go well. This is what you need to do to get a job. And this is what you do to get a good job, because that's how you get a job where you can move up in the world. When you apply at like a Burger King and McDonald's, there's no advancement. That's what you want. You understand? Perception is reality. So when you go there, you need to look like you're gold, and then they're going to hire you. This, you'll get nowhere in life. I'm bringing you back in another 2 weeks. I want to see what you've done. Start with lofty goals. Starbucks, Target, Amazon. Do you understand? Make me proud. Come on, Mr. Compton. You can do it. All right.
Hey, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
I'll get it. I'm going to do it for you now. Okay. The problem is that you're going to need a copy of it, and it's going to take a couple days to get into deeds. So if you want, I can leave a copy for you here of the amended order, and you can just pick it up at your leisure, or just wait for it to pop up on deeds and you can print it out. Because if he goes over there and the officers don't see it, they're going to arrest him. So he needs a copy.
10-4, Judge.
Just in case, you know?
Yeah, I can swing by, Judge. I'll be there early tomorrow, if not, maybe Wednesday.
Okay, we'll leave a copy with stuff up here, okay?
Okay.
Okay, man.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Sorry, Judge, it was freezing on me. I couldn't get in.
It's okay. What's going on, man?
So I got appointed a new one. I was down there earlier, and I guess I just got a late one. It's on Cesar Martinez. It looks like it's tampering, I believe. Cesar Martinez.
Come up, Mr. Martinez. Come up. Stephen, do you mind getting Mr. Martinez's cell phone, please?
Yeah.
Mr. Martinez, that is Greg on the TV. He's been appointed to represent you. Okay, if you mind, just.
I'm going to give him my number, Your Honor.
I'm going to chat it to you. I'm going to chat you his cell phone. Thanks. Okay.
Got it.
That is
Thank
the
you.
lawyer that we've given you to represent you. You must stay in contact with him. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, we will issue a warrant for your arrest. Don't violate the law. Don't pick up any new cases and stay in contact, and then we're all happy. Do you have any questions? Okay, we will have you sign a reset. Then when you leave here, you guys have to get in contact. He's going to reach out to you. You guys talk about the case. You have to today. Okay? Vic, you want to do a day for Greg? This is Cesar Martinez.
Yes, how's December 17th to the 19th?
Sounds good.
19 it is.
Is this just a plate state? Just because I haven't seen anything yet? I'm assuming it is.
Yes, it's just a tag, yes, temporary
Okay.
tag.
Is discovery complete or no?
Let me check, Your Honor. Looks like, yes, everything is shared with defense.
Do you have an offer?
Your Honor, we have a 30-day PTI offer on.
Okay, 30-day PTI, Greg.
Okay, I'll once I'm in the portal, I'll check it and I'll talk to Mr.
No,
Martinez.
no rush. Okay, all right. We'll have you sign a reset and good luck.
And I sent him a text, so Mr. Martinez should have my number.
Got it. Okay, thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good
Have
day.
fun.
Thanks.
Austin. Whoa. Is this a blast? What's new, man? Holy moly, it's been a long time. What's new?
I was summoned down here. I've got, maybe I'm in the wrong court. I am in the wrong court. I'm in the wrong court.
Thanks for saying hi.
It's not court
We're
five.
happy to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Where are you going to?
I'm going to court six.
No way.
Yeah, I turned left instead of right. Sorry, Judge. It's good to see you though.
Good luck, Austin. Let's see. We're talking about your guy now, Mr. Evans.
Okay.
Looks like he blew at 1:30. And then our tamper was at 2:25. He doesn't do any blows after that.
Okay.
We know that he has a positive. They know that there's a tamper. But they can't tell what the tamper is. The only person who really knows what the tamper is Mr. Akinpelu. So they can't, because of the nature, they can't tell what he exactly did. All they know is that there's a tamper, and in the tamper, there's also a test, and there's also positive for alcohol. Because of the tamper, they can't tell how much of an alcohol there was, essentially. So I tried to do what you were saying, right?
Right.
But there's just no blow. He never takes a blow. I don't know if he's on a blow schedule. I don't know if he only blows when he's driving. But bottom line, I don't even think he's supposed to be driving, right? He's not even supposed to be driving.
He wasn't. I think he just blew into the machine, but I don't know. He's to the point of tears. He's adamant that he doesn't know what's going on, and he
Well,
said
the
he's not
problem
drinking.
is that it's
I just don't. I don't understand how this temper. So once he tampers, if he has alcohol in his system, from DWI, shouldn't it stay in his system for almost a couple of hours? So when he tests dirty later on that day, like how does he temper for alcohol and then it subsides from the rest of the
only
day?
he knows. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that, we have a tamper, alcohol's detected. And the thing is that it's not the first time. He's repeatedly, where's Mr. Joaquin Pellet? Is he here?
I think he's still waiting to come back from his drug test.
It's a repeated, how many bond violations do we have on Mr. Joaquin Pellet?
I should have it on the screen, but I don't have any.
I think he has only one bond violation, but he was not supposed. So this is a bond violation upstairs, but this is not a bond violation.
Yes, reported on the 27th, and it was the curfew violation, and then our manager is still on that same report, reported the alcohol device.
And the curfew violation was, I think, like 8 minutes, which is a violation.
And then, I tell you, when we had him for his DWI with us,
right,
and then with his tamper, he had nothing but violation after violation after violation. It's over and over. I don't know what to do with him. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I understood the process with the tamper a little more so I can put forth a.
You need to ask him. Only he can tell you. We don't know.
He's
impossible.
He's adamant that he was not drinking. He doesn't even understand how the tamper occurs. He's adamant to say, I haven't been drinking. He said, I don't want to go back to jail. So he has a job. He's working. He left his position once he found out about this bond violation. So yeah, I'm unsure.
A lot of times we're just in the dark about what the violations are because we just don't know. A lot of people fool the system. They try to put something on their leg, in between the legs, so that they can consume, right? Or they will move it around in an effort to ensure that there's no contact with the probes of the device with the skin. I don't. All I know is that we have a tamper, and that there's alcohol.
Yeah.
Mr. Evans, give me a second. Let me just do this plea real quick. And then,
okay, no problem, sir.
Just so you know, we're also having a problem with capturing this thumbprint.
Hi, real quick, Judge. I'm doing this separate today. Carl Warner, we have a case worked out for a dismissal. We were seeing if we could roll it to like Wednesday or Thursday. I was appointed today, but he just has to take a decision-making class. I'm gonna go to the jail with him and try to take that class if I can.
He's in custody now?
Yes, Judge.
You want to bring him here so we can do it here so you don't have to go to the jail?
Can I do that tomorrow? Yeah.
That way you just kind of sit the computer there? Of course not. Why? That's silly for you to have to go all the way to the
I don't
jail.
mind going to jail. The only problem is sometimes the connection
No,
is.
that's just.
You can do it.
Yeah,
Want to
of
tomorrow
course.
and that would be.
Yeah. Anything to make it easy, Of course. Okay, what is his name? Oh, Mr. Ford.
George Ford.
Hey, man, what's with the banging? What's with the banging? The thing is that you're hungry, you're banging, you're using more energy. You're gonna make yourself more hangry.
I'm sorry.
No? You're hangry, as they say, like my 2-year-old kid. Yet he still won't eat. All right, Mr. Ford, let's see. Let's look at you up. Thanks. Okay, so Mr. Ford, you're charged with burglary of a motor vehicle. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. It looks like you guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 180 days in jail and there is credit for the 6 days that you've done. Is this true or is this untrue? Is this what you want to do? Okay. It also looks like you have a prior. Is it? I don't even know. Oh, you have a prior unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, right? It's for jurisdiction purposes. That's all it is. I mean, what the heck is this? Did you see the enhancement? I've never seen it like this before. It says, before the commission of the offense alleged above on May 29th, 2014, in cause number 1956847, County Court at Law Number 1, the defendant was convicted of an offense under section 30.04 of the Texas Penal Code. I've never seen them just do a penal section instead, opposed to what the actual offense is. Have you seen that before?
I have not, Judge, but when I read it, I thought it was fine. I mean, it still lists that that is a section for BMV. So it gives the cause number, the date, the court. So just.
I've never seen it like that.
I've never
I
seen
wonder
it
why they
either.
did it like that. Is that sufficient?
I believe it is sufficient, Judge. It gives the penal code number, the clause number, the date, the court that it's in.
Let me make sure. This is a big deal, Mr. Ford, because you got to understand that you can only have a certain number of BMVs, burglary for motor vehicles. But the problem is that if you continue to do it, they can enhance you to a felony. And then you're looking at years instead of days. The more BMVs you have, when you hit a certain one, then it's a felony. It used to be 4. Is it now? I think it's now 3, right?
I believe so, Judge.
Let me make sure, because now with this one, this now makes 2. Your next one, you're looking at a serious felony. Well, I hope not, but you got to know what you're facing, because, forewarned is fair warned. You got to be on notice of it.
I'm aware.
Yeah. 30.04 is burglary of a motor vehicle. Right. Okay. So is it true that you had the prior BMV, right? Okay. So you're giving up a lot of rights by entering this agreement, Mr. Ford. You give up the right to a trial, the right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So remember, after today, you ever pick up another BMV, you're looking at a lot of time in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of this case? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. I will send it to you the agreement. I'll roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. True to both enhancements, and good luck to you, Mr. Ford. We're gonna get you down quick so you can go eat, okay?
Just so that in open court, the defendant knows, there is a felony. The felony prosecutors are reviewing it to see if they're going to be dismissing it. He does have court up there in 3 days,
Okay.
and possibly dismissal. They're going to consider it.
Is it another car case?
It's an evading with previous, Judge, evading on foot with previous. So
See, same thing here. With the prior evading, the prior evading you had, now this new one, boom, you get hit with a felony charge. Same thing now with the BMV. You gotta watch out. Okay? All right, good luck. All right. Thank you, Antonio.
Judge, I have an idea. If being that he's supposed to be on bond for the upstairs felony for DWI, and he's under your provision as well, could we do a more, substantial test that goes back further? And if he comes back with any alcohol in the system over the past couple of months, we revoke him? I would hate for a temper, because I'm Googling it now, and I see other people have said they have issues. Can we do like a hair test or a fingernail test? And if it comes back with any alcohol over the last couple of months, we revoke them, and if not,
I don't know if hair follicle tests, I don't know if they'll test for alcohol.
No, it doesn't.
You know,
does it?
It only, I don't know. Is he
I'm
coming?
trying to think of a way. I don't know.
No, but where is he? We need him back. Is he still there?
I got a note saying that they sent him on his way. He tried to report upstairs to probation. I don't know why. But he should be on his way back. That was entered at 12:04, so I'm not sure if he's with probation right now or where he is. But he's done with us, so he should be back here.
I'm calling him right now, Your Honor.
I guess, Michael, what we'll do is we'll just do more strict supervision. I'll have him come and test all the time now to make sure he's not using. I'm gonna have him come twice a week to take drug and alcohol tests.
Issue, judges, I'm very worried for the safety of the community here. I mean, he's on 2 concurrent probations for DWI thirds. He's not supposed to drive. He's not supposed to
So what are you
drive.
doing? That's not my purview, All I know, I understand your position. I don't understand why felony court's hasn't done anything, the only thing I can do is just supervise him more. I'll just have him come twice a week to test. If he's telling me he's not, okay. And I'll do absolutely strict, Mr. Evans, I'm gonna have him test like crazy. I'm gonna have him come now twice a week to test. If he ever tests again, I'm gonna make it,
No, I understand completely.
I mean, I'm not happy with him. And this is like, we have a lot of history with him, a ton of history with Mr. Aking Pelu. And it's always the same thing. Every time he's here with whatever case it may be, and we're now working our 1, 2, 3, 4th case with him, there's at least every case bond violations. And I can show you the history every single time. We literally have to jail him over and over because he's always violating one reason or another. And it's always this, woe is me. I did nothing.
I understand completely, Your Honor. I understand your position. I just wish we had something more clear than this. That's all I'm saying.
Twice a week. I don't know what's worse.
I'll leave a felony too and see if maybe they can talk to judge up there.
Okay, so that's what we'll do, Mr. Evans. I'm gonna have him come here twice a week to test with us, and just please, have some kind of come into whatever.
Right. I understand completely. I understand your position. I will talk to him.
3 strikes, you're out.
Okay, so I'll call him and tell him he needs to come back and check it. He
needs to come back here to re-sign bond conditions, though. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. Come up, Mr. Forrest. Not happy with you. What time does court start?
It was hard. It was hard to get here. I've been homeless. Can't really find a job. I've been trying. Just a little crazy, but
Mr. Forrest,
I made it.
This is not your first time acting like this. I've also had to reinstate your bond once before, and now you're coming here in shorts as well. You come after 12. In life, when you put your heart, your soul, your being, you can do anything in life. That's what's so great about this country, as opposed to if you live in North Korea, you live in other parts of this world where you're restricted from even accessing the internet. You have this unfounded sense of entitlement where just
So I tried to get here. I didn't, it was real hard to get here. I've been living on the streets. You see, I got shorts on and stuff. I've been wearing these clothes every day.
Having your life here.
It's just me. I've been homeless.
Where's mom and dad? Mom?
Yeah, but she got a boyfriend, so we don't want nobody to come by her. So It's just,
So
I
you
really
just don't want to go over there, I guess. That's what it is.
no, she got a boyfriend, so
So
he don't, I guess he just want my mama to himself or something. I don't know, but I've been calling my mom. I'll be like, but I'm not about to really beg her, because I don't want to look at me like that. Like, just like I just need you that bad. So
but you do. But you do. Sometimes in life, you have to tuck your tail between and not try to man up when you ain't got nothing. It's better to go home where you have a roof over your head, and 9 times out of 10, I bet if you got a job and you came home and you gave your mom a little bread and a little help, it would go a long way, because this is what talks, not the shush that comes out of your mouth, and where you just go home and you fight with the boyfriend and you fight with whoever it may be. No one is going to give you anything in life, Mr. Forrest. You got to earn it.
No, that's what I'm trying to do.
Using the street as an excuse when you have a place to go to doesn't fly.
No, I didn't have a place to go to.
You can always go home to mom.
No, that's not what happened.
What else do you have in your life besides your mother?
I'm from New Orleans. I don't really know how I ended up here, but I've been here for so long. It was a time that I stood in front of you before. I was with this girl named April. She lied and said that I hit her and all this. And then I was right here. And remember with the man, he lied and said I didn't pay him. And then I went to jail. He arrested me and sent me to the back. And then it came back that I was telling the truth. And then it was over and stuff. And I was with that girl. She used to sit back there in the back with me all the time in court every day. That was that time. But I was wrongly accused that time.
That's not what I see.
From the last charge?
Mhm.
Yeah.
My records show the complete opposite of what you're saying. But regardless, that doesn't matter.
I don't know. I got a lot going on. So I'm just trying
How
to
do you have a lot going on when you're just on the street?
I'm still in the street. That's why it took me all to get here.
So tell me what's going on.
I don't know. It's like people don't like me or something. I apply for every job all around the world. I don't get it. I put on my little best clothes and still a little dirt. I button it all the way up. I come in and I speak nice, and I just can't get no job. I don't know what's going on.
Perception is but do you see the way that you're acting to me? Look, what I'm trying to tell you is that perception is reality. If you walk in and you walk in smug with the air of entitlement, meaning that you're greater than everyone.
That's not me.
You came in here to me like this, and I'm a judge. You're supposed to show as much respect to a judge as you can, because your literal life is in our hands. If I wanted to, I could throw your ass in jail now and make your bond $50,000.
That's crazy.
But that's reality. And what I'm trying to impart to you.
Last night I was like, what's going on? All of a sudden, your YouTube popped up on my phone. I was like, what? I was like, oh no.
If I drug test you now, what's going to show up?
Yeah.
What else? What else?
That's it.
I'm going to send you right now.
Here.
I'm going to send you. What I find, Mr. Forrest, that a lot of people prefer to live on the streets for 2 reasons. Number one, and most importantly, they don't like to live rules that mom or dad make in a house. Number one, bless you. Number 2, people like to use. And they like to use either alcohol or illegal drugs. And the problem is that doesn't jive with where you're living at home. They don't want to see it. They'd rather kick your ass out on the street than have to deal with that.
drug addict, I don't drugs. I think.
If you really want a job, can you give me one of those flyers, will you please?
That's all I've been trying to do. I don't be doing nothing wrong out here.
Well, come on, then I'm giving you,
Other people.
Mr. Forrest, I'm gonna give you the opportunity now. We have a workshop. It's this weekend, right? Isn't it this weekend? Huh? Yeah, this weekend. I have a fair coming up. If you want a job, there's gonna be loads of people with jobs to give you right there.
It'll be like a guaranteed job to where I can work every day. Cause I don't want to be outside all the time. I would like something that's just stable, you know, at least 10, 12 hours a day.
Beggars can't be choosers, Mr. Forrest. You get what they have. I don't know what they're gonna have, but you have to be ready to accept whatever they have to offer. And that's it. You're not gonna be a rocket scientist. Don't expect a rocket science type salary. You get what they have. The problem is that you gotta show up. And if you come with this attitude that I live on the street, so I'm not gonna show up to work at 9 o'clock. I'm gonna show up to work at 11. That doesn't jive. So if you want a job, you have to act like you are gonna have it. You're gonna show up on a daily basis, on time, not smelling like a brewery. You take a shower, you smell good, you wear nice clothes. But do you think if you go to a job looking like this, how do you think it's gonna go? You're coming to court and you should be looking at or near your best when you come to court. Looking like this with the excuse that you're on the street. Come on, man. If you want a job, this is the place to get it. I am now giving you the opportunity, Mr. Forrest.
It's a guarantee that
nothing is guaranteed in life but death and taxes, my friend. There is no freaking guarantee. You want a back rub too? Show up. If you show up and you look like $1 million, good things will happen for you. Show up, take a shower, dress nice, brush your teeth, and things will go well. I'm going to be there too, Mr. Forrest. I'm going to be out there helping as well. There's no excuse. Do me one more favor. Don't come back in shorts again.
Sorry, last time when I came, I had my boots on, my shirt buttoned up, you know, I was clean that day.
I'd already revoked your bond. You know that, right? I had already issued a warrant for your arrest. You're lucky that I haven't left because otherwise your butt would be sitting in jail. So next time when you come to court, it starts at 8:30. Don't wear shorts. It's a complete sign of disrespect.
I'm not trying to disrespect.
I'm going to reinstate your bond now. I will give you an application for an appointed lawyer. It's now nearly 1 o'clock. Everyone's gone. You're going to have to bring it back. I'm going to set your case off for a couple weeks. Show up to this job fair. Because if you do, hopefully good things will happen for you.
I just been waiting. Actually, I've been waiting on the opportunity.
It's in your hands.
No, I don't know if I'm coming off like something wrong with something. That's the complete opposite. Like I'm really out here trying. Like too many people don't try. Like I'm really trying. I ain't give up yet. I be laying on the ground every day and I'm trying. I ain't never give up.
Use my list of people.
It's over.
Mr. Forrest, I have a list of people that I'm expecting to show up on this program. Your name's now going on it. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I will send you home with an application for an appointed lawyer. We will see you back in 2 weeks. I'm sending you for a drug test now because I want to know what, if anything's gonna test. If you don't test, I will revoke your bond. Next time, come on time. You understand? Okay, all right.
Judge, you wanted to address the results in 2 weeks as well?
No, I want to know what the results are now, like today. And then if it's something that I hope not, we'll get a hold of Mr. Forrest and be sooner. All right, good luck. See you on Saturday. Come up, Mr. Montgomery. Mr. King,
Yes, Your Honor.
can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me, Judge?
Gotcha, loud and clear. All right, we sent him for a drug test. What did he, if anything, did he test positive for?
He came back with THC.
Is that it?
Yes.
All right, no more. I will test you 40 days from today. I'm making it a condition of your bond that you're not to use marijuana at all. Do you understand? Yes or no? If you use today, again, and I don't care if you come in here, tell me that you were in a car and everybody else was smoking, whatever the excuse may be. If I test you again, you test positive, I will put you in jail. Do you understand? You are to stay in school full-time and graduate as well. You're not to have any contact with the complaining witness on this case, and not to be in possession of weapons, and not to go within 200 feet of where they live or where they work. If I find that you have any contact with them, you got any weapons, you pick up a new case, likewise, I will put you in jail. I will protect every person of Harris County, no matter who's in front of me. You understand? You're walking on thin ice. If that ice breaks, your butt will freeze. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with counsel. He's here online, if you can see. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, likewise, I will revoke your bond. So what we're going to do, Mr. Keene, is we will set this case over for about 40 days, a little bit over.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we will test him again on his return. And if he tests positive again, that tells me that he's continued to smoke weed, and down goes the bond.
Understood.
I don't think I've done anything else or anything that's just unreasonable. I just want him to stay out of trouble and not smoke weed while your brain is developing. And if you do too much, I'm trying to talk to you. Your brain is still developing. And if you do too much damage to it, you could become paranoid, have a psychosis, or do some permanent damage that you can never recoup from. We are trying to prevent that from happening. And we're trying to prevent you from picking up any more criminal cases. Because I'm going to tell you now, life doesn't get easier the older you get. It becomes more difficult. And the more criminal cases that you have, the more difficult life is. Do you understand, Mr. Montgomery? Okay. All right. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you then sign with a pretrial date.
December 16th.
December 16th-ish, or whatever day that week you want. It's yours.
16th is
No
great,
Friday,
Judge.
though.
The 16th works perfectly, Your Honor.
Done. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for coming back, Mr. King.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, guys, we're done. Oh, Mr. Akingpelu. Can you explain to Mr. Akingpelu that there's no tolerance? He'll be tested. He'll be required to come Monday and Thursday for testing. Any violation, I don't care how small it is, the bond is going to be like just astronomical. All right, guys, we got to go. But thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry I was late today. I'll be early tomorrow. Probably not. But thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Okay, don't go anywhere. I've got to get this set up. So what we're going to do real quick, since we have several people here, and hey, look, we've actually gained a few people. I'm going to actually give a sneak peek at a video that I plan on releasing tomorrow morning, and y'all can comment about it. I know that there's a few places where I didn't have any comments in there, so there's plenty of room for you guys to say what you want to say. This is actually Judge Simpson. It's from his docket today. It's two cases that are, they're kind of probation cases. They are similar in some regard, very different in other ways. I'll be interested to hear your take on this. Give me just 1 second.
Every day in the USA, people
We'll just
find
go from here.
themselves in court.
Court calls the case, People versus Combo Carter.
The one for the people.
Honorable Carter, David Burgess, on behalf of Mr. Carter.
Mile Carter. Thank you.
Chris Clare on behalf of probation, Your Honor, Mr. Carter is before the court for an adjourned violation of probation. Carter, when he was last before the court, did have a pending felony case. Status. The court did arraign him on that bench warrant. He was set for court. That case that is pending is now set for appeal on November 5th. Mr. Carter now has another new pending case, domestic violence second offense, and it interfered with communications with an alleged date of offense of October 20th, 2024. He is on bench warrant status in that case. Given that there has been continued alleged assaultive behavior with the added victim in this case, because the court did add a no contact with that victim, it does make it a violation of this case. Probation's asking that the court, one, address the felony warrant on that 24FB case, if the court does have it, that the court revoke probation and sentence Mr. Carter to jail 365 days, credit for 162 days served to serve the balance, that he complete the jail DV program, waive remaining terms, accepting his financial obligations, and discharge him from probation without improvement.
Mr. Burgess. And Your Honor, I believe he's been obviously he's been arraigned. The PE is scheduled for tomorrow morning. I believe.
On the one case, I have a new case, however.
I was unaware there were new charges, Judge. But I don't know if this court's prepared to arraign my client.
I am.
Okay.
And I don't know. You're going to stand in for the purposes of the arraignment.
I'll be filing an appearance, Your Honor. I was unaware, but the charge, I would have filed one already. So.
It's a charge of interfering with electronic communication device, the 2-year felony. And then also domestic violence, second offense, the 1-year misdemeanor.
Yes, Your Honor, as it relates to both those charges, waive any further reading of the warrant, stand mute to both those charges.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. I'll set a probable cause conference in that case for, I need a DV bond form, please. For November 14th, 2024 at 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates. As to bond in that case, you want to say?
Yes, Your Honor. Obviously, Mr. Carter's here on his own voluntarily this morning and this afternoon. And obviously the court knows his history of appearance in front of this court. Your Honor, he just got a new job. He was unfortunately, he lost his other job due to this incident, but he just got a new job that he'll probably lose if he's in custody. Judge, it does appear that the complaining witness in both these cases is the same person who has actually reached out to me before, Your Honor's indicated her, I believe, unlikeliness of appearance in the case. I don't think she wants to proceed with the case, but that's my understanding anyway. People might have a different position, Judge, but she's reached out to me independently and indicated that she does not want to proceed with those charges. But be that as may, Your Honor, I don't believe my client's a flight risk, and he's on. What's that? He's still on a tether, Your Honor. He did post a significant bond in the last case. Understand these are new serious charges, Judge, but I'm asking the court to consider a nominal 10% bond, if not a personal bond in this case.
Anything from the people?
Your Honor, I have some advantage because I do have the police report for the newest case. Mr. Burgess does not, but I will indicate to the court a few things. First of all,
This court arraigned defendant on not his newest felony that he was just arraigned on, but the one that's set for preliminary examination tomorrow on October 7th. At that time, the defendant was ordered not to have contact with the victim, Jennifer Matlock. The new date of offense for the newest case that we're here for today that the defendant is alleged to have committed is October the 20th. So later, and I will tell the court after review of the police report, the person representing themselves to be the defendant, they had contact with the police officer and admitted to having contact with the victim. Denied the assaultive behavior, but did admit to having contact with her. Now, because the defendant, because the police officer was speaking with the defendant face to face, I cannot say with absolute certainty that it was the defendant. However, the police officer did a very good job in their report of detailing how he came into contact with that person, that this person kept called him back, represented themselves to be the defendant, and said that he would turn himself in for the bond violation. I don't have a record that actually happened. So Your Honor, in any case, this is somebody that was on the scope of probation, on bond for a felony, and now has picked up another new felony. So I am asking the court to follow probation's recommendation, revoke the probation, and sentence the defendant to serve balance at this time. And in bond in this case, we're asking for $100,000 for the new felony.
Court will order as a condition of the bond that there's to be no possession of any alcohol, illegal drugs, or any recreational marijuana, that the defendant will submit to random drug test when requested. He's not to leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. You're not to possess, purchase any firearm or ammunition or other dangerous weapon. You're not to assault, terrorize, frighten, intimidate, threaten, harass, molest, or stalk anyone. You are to have no contact with Jennifer Matlock except by a civil standby with the police. You cannot have any direct or indirect contact with the above named person, Miss Madlock, in person or through others or by electronic communication, including but not limited to phone, email, texting, internet, social media, or refer to the person listed online in any form whatsoever. You are not to go to I have a location at 1265 Russell Street.
I'll check that, Your Honor, while you continue and double check that that's correct.
You are not to go to that location except with civil standby with the police. If this is your home address, you must find another place to live and notify the court of your new address within 24 hours of any release from incarceration. You are not to violate any criminal law. You are to personally appear at all court hearings and other places as directed by the court. You understand all of those conditions?
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, that address is the location where the incident took place. If we'd also ask the defendant be prohibited from going to a Glencoe Hills address, I can give the court whenever it's ready.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, actually, we can request the Glencoe Hills apartment complex in general, specifically 2252 Glencoe Hills Drive in Ypsilanti.
2252. Better, I'm not entirely sure what is going on with you in that regard.
Not litigated.
I ordered you on the 7th not to have contact with this person. And then lo and behold, we end up with this case occurring less than 2 weeks later. And tried to give you every benefit, and I understand they're only allegations, but try to give you the darn benefit of the doubt regarding everything because of at least the way that you conducted yourself in regards, particularly regarding being a flight risk. But you just can't seem to follow the rules.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Judge. Judge, the incident on the 20th, based on conversations I've had with my client as well as the complainant in this case, the complainant approached my client, asked for a phone back he had purchased, but it was in her name, which he returned to her. That was the basis of the contact. That's our understanding of it, Judge. So. I wouldn't, but
Right. But the thing is,
I know.
he needs to be turning around and running in another direction. He shouldn't even be having a conversation, shouldn't be doing anything
I agree.
whatsoever. I don't think it's at all unclear as to anything that this court has said to you regarding what you need to do. And you need to just follow the rules. I gave you a break the last time that you came in, even after that, let you go.
Simpson, I said something.
You can say whatever you want.
I understand. Just, she put up on me. I was in the room playing my game, and she came in the room. And
then you get up and leave.
Tried to leave. She kept chasing me. That's it. And then she wanted to talk about calling the police and all that. She's chasing me. She's chasing me. She's chasing me. I hopped in my car and that's when I pulled off.
Well, maybe that's all going to come out, Mr. Carter. Maybe that's all going to come out. I let you out the last time. Should have of all rights locked you up on that date. Didn't do it. Gave you the benefit of the doubt because of the time that you came back after you were inadvertently released by the jail. And then what happens? You get that other case set for exam. Then what ends up happening? I get here and you've got another case.
It's a control thing she's trying to do. That's it.
I don't care what it is. You have got all of these charges.
I understand.
And you're the one under the jurisdiction of the court. So however you got to figure it out, you need to figure it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Defendant's bond on that case would be set in the amount of $100,000 cash surety on his other matter. Anything you want to say before I post sentence on that case?
I want to say, I tried my hardest. I tried my hardest to do right. I tried my hardest to stay away from women that want to see me in jail rather than see me elevate myself. So, I mean, I understand. I understand it. When I get out this situation this time, I'm be by myself.
You know what you ought to do, Mr. Carter, and I don't mean to interrupt you. You have the right to allocute, but I'm just going to tell you something. You ought to quit blaming them. You just need to stop blaming them and thinking that they're the ones that stop you from going anywhere. Because, young man, that is not the case.
Yes, sir.
You are smart enough. You can do whatever you want to do. You can stay away from whoever you want to stay away from. The problem is, quite frankly, you're just being stupid. You're just playing games. And this is what happens. You end up in jail on a $100,000 cash bond, and you're about to go now.
I understand. I'll take full responsibility. I appreciate it.
Anything else you want to tell the court?
Oh, sir.
Judge, I don't know if it would have any impact on the court one way or the other, but I don't know if the court wants to wait to see the disposition of those cases, or if you're just going to follow the recommendation.
I'm not gonna wait. If there becomes a certain disposition regarding those cases, certainly I'll take that into consideration in modifying his sentence on the case, but I'm not gonna do that at this point in time. I keep giving him breaks, keep doing everything, and he keeps just coming back to this court, disappointing this court and ending up with more charges, just time and time and time again. And so in that respect, I'm done. I'm gonna revoke the defendant's probation. He is to complete the in-jail on farm program while he's incarcerated. I'm going to waive all remaining terms except the financial obligations on this case, discharge the defendant from probation without improvement. I will sentence the defendant to 365 days in jail, credit 162 days served. Defendant is to serve the balance.
Your Honor, the court ordered the Dawn Farm program. Probation also requested the DV program. So you just requested DV. Court want the defendant to perform both or just one or the other?
I should have said in-jail DV program, is what I meant to say. Thank you. Defendant's remanded. That's not before me. He's got to do it in circuit court. Court calls the case People versus Maurice Couchman.
People. Couchman, please state your name.
Maurice Couchman.
Okay.
Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, it's my understanding that the victim in this case, Alyssa Chamberlain, should be present via Zoom.
Alyssa Chamberlain?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yes, she's here.
So, Your Honor, it's my understanding that Ms. Chamberlain would like to address the court to request the court lifting the contact order. Does the court want to address that first, or my recommendation for Mr. Couchman?
Either way, go ahead with your.
Okay, so as to Mr. Couchman's recommendation, he is compliant with the terms ordered by the court. I did make his appearance, however, he is present today. Probation is recommending that all conditions continue as previously ordered, with the next review hearing being set February 10th, 2025 at 1 p.m.
Sir, anything you want to say?
I know she wants to take the order away or whatever. I want to keep it.
Okay, so hold on. Miss Chamberlain?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you have a camera?
Yeah, you want me to turn it on?
Yes.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. What did you want to tell me?
I just wanted it lifted because I've been in contact with his mom to see our son Leo, and she hasn't really been compliant with it.
You've been in contact with whom?
With Maurice's mom.
Okay.
And she hasn't really stuck to her things or anything like that. The last time I was supposed to pick Leo up, she completely ghosted me. So I was just hoping to maybe lift the no contact order to just talk to Maurice directly, but just about our son.
Okay. And thank you. And you have a problem with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hang on before you go.
People would be opposed to any change in the no contact order this time.
All right.
It's my understanding from probation that probation, I don't know if you're taking a position or not, but people would be opposed to it.
All right. Sir, what did you want to tell me?
I just want to keep it like it is, no contact.
You want to keep the no contact in place?
Yes, Your Honor, because I don't know if you were been told, but there was an incident a couple weeks ago. Her and her mother came to my house, and basically how I have it set up is my mom is supposed to make contact with her, and the last time she tried to make contact, she said she was going to pick the kid up at 4. She never picked my son up. She just ignored my mom. Alyssa Chamberlain.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
She came to my house.
Who did? When you
Alyssa
keep
Chamberlain.
saying she,
I'm sorry,
I'm just trying to, it's
Alyssa,
okay.
Alyssa Chamberlain is just
Right.
nerve-wracking. Alyssa Chamberlain came to my house with her mother with the no contact. She's not supposed to be around me. I told her that. I called the police and made a police report. There's no reason for her to talk.
Okay, so hold on a second. So, because I just want to make sure I understand. The arrangement was set up that your mother would act as a go-between, basically.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then for whatever reason, something happened where you're claiming Ms. Chamberlain did not get the child from your mother. Is that right?
Yep.
And then 2 weeks ago, you're saying thereabouts.
Yeah.
That Miss Chamberlain and her mother show up at your house.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that you ended up calling the police.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Chamberlain, is all of that correct?
So kind of, it was me and my aunt, and we did show up at his mom's house. But at this point, I didn't know that me and Maurice had a no contact order. I wasn't aware of any of this. I moved and didn't receive any paperwork. I changed my number, so I wasn't receiving any calls or anything. So what happened
What do
was,
you mean? What do you mean that you didn't know?
I didn't know there was a no contact order.
So
I didn't even know Maurice got in trouble.
Hold on. So why do you think you were why Why was his mother then acting as a go-between?
I just thought he didn't want to talk to me.
Okay. So it sounds like he still doesn't want to.
That's okay, but we need to figure something out to where his mom answers the phone and sticks to her stuff when I'm supposed to pick our son up.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that the mom, his mom,
Yes, sir.
I take care of.
hold on. That she's a full-grown woman, and so are you, right?
Yes.
So it seems like for your son or grandchild, that the two of you could talk to try to work out whatever you guys want to work, and that Maurice doesn't necessarily have to be a part of that, does he?
I mean, no, and it wasn't a problem until the last time when I was trying to get Leo. She told me I could get him, and I confirmed it the day before and then completely ignored me. So then that's when me and my aunt went to her house to try to talk to her. I didn't know Maurice lived there.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, because there's obviously something else. I'm not entirely clear what's going on, but if he got into a circumstance where he had to call the police, then that circumstance can't happen. So I don't know what is going on, and you guys as parents need to figure this out for your son, quite frankly. But as between the two of you, if he doesn't want to have contact, I'm not going to force him to have contact. I mean, he's relying upon the court's order, and he did, quite frankly, given the other hearing I had today, he did exactly what he was supposed to do when you showed up. He wasn't trying to do anything. He called the police because he's the one under the jurisdiction of the court. But if he doesn't want that, I'm not going to change anything.
Okay.
And for the record, Your Honor, I asked probation if there was currently a circuit court order regarding parenting, and there is not. And the defendant has custody of the child this time.
Who does?
The defendant.
You have custody.
Yes.
I do not have legal custody, but I've been taking care of my son for the last 8 months, taking him back and forth to school, everything.
Okay.
So
I'm just being.
No, I got you.
now you're given legal advice about what to do, but.
Well, somebody's going to have to figure. Yeah, you guys are going to have to figure something else out. But, ma'am, Mr. Couchman does not want contact with you directly. So I'm not going to place him in a position where he has to do that, because obviously he's maybe through this process learned something. So I'm just going to leave everything where it is. I'll continue all of your, Mr. Couchman, I'll continue all of your previous terms as ordered. I'll set your next review hearing for February 10th, 2025 at 1 p.m.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And you know where that gets us, right? That gets us here. Oh, yeah. Been a long show, ladies and gentlemen. This train started off at 7 p.m. Central Time and has been running now for the last 3.5 hours. Been a wonderful ride. There's no complaints, none at all. Y'all have been a great group to chat with. I appreciate it, and keep in mind, things don't stop here. Pretty positive. Judge Fleischer has more business to conduct tomorrow, which means we'll have another Fleischer Forum tomorrow evening. Same Wolf time, right on the same Wolf channel. So come by and hang out with me at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's 8 p.m. Central time. And we'll be doing the same thing all over again. I don't know if I'll have any extra stuff like this. What you just watched right there is actually going to be a standalone release that I'm going to put out. I may actually use the stuff with your comments. I may not. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. The cat is my boss. He is actually the stream boss. Just for those who are wondering. We actually have some mini wolves running around over here. There's one asleep right over in that general vicinity. Little mini wolf is over there. His birthday is tomorrow, so we're going to be celebrating Mini Wolf's birthday. That's Blue, my little long-haired chihuahua. We'll be celebrating his birthday tomorrow during the Fleischer Forum. So come hang out with me to do that. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with me. We're going to be doing this all week long, every night that we have a docket to watch. And then once the week's done, we're going to do a weekend review, just like we do every Saturday, 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern. And I hope to see you all here for all of it. And maybe I'll see you around for a little bit more in the comments section. Who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your Lone Wolf Oozle. I've been your curator for these videos this evening. It's been a pleasure. And I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. You're supposed to be gone. I meant to hit the stop stream button now, but you're still here. And I'm doing that Ferris Bueller day off thing that I promised I was never going to do. Oh, okay, I'm stopping. Good night, everybody. Love you. See you next time.